Hi kids, this week we're going to read Hedgie's Surprise. This is by Jan Brett. I love this. Hedgie means a little hedgehog. Once there was a speckled hen who had laid an egg every day, only to have it taken by the tomten every morning. It all started because the tomten got tired of porridge for his breakfast. Do you guys know what porridge is? Porridge is like oatmeal or hot cereal or whatever, any kind of hot cereal. It's like that. Each morning the rooster crowed as the sun came up, and Henny knew the tomten was on his way. So did the little hedgehog who lived nearby. The tomten always called out to her, "Henny, have you got a little yummy yummy for my hungry tummy tummy?" So, can you guys see that? It's kind of fun to look in the little panels right here, the little windows will tell you what's going to happen next. Can you guys see that? So little tomten is a little boy, and he keeps stealing the eggs. The tomten climbed into the hen house, took Henny's warm, smooth egg, and ran off to cook it in his little kettle. Sprinkled it with salt and gobbled it down, and then he fell fast asleep in the hayloft until evening. So here's her cute little house, and here he is taking her egg and running away. How many of you guys have chickens? Do you guys have chickens? Henry didn't like the tomten taking her eggs, but she put up with it until one morning when she saw the goosey sailing with smiling and bowing, with a stream of piping gooselings following after her. So she sees the little goose with all of her babies, and she wants to have those too. "Oh my," Henny clucked, "where did you get those little ones? Where did they come from?" "My eggs are hatching," crowed Goosey. "Here comes the last one now." From that moment on, Henny wanted a brood of peeping chicks for her own. How could she stop the tomten for taking her eggs? There's the goose with her little gooselings. Isn't that sweet? The next morning, when the tomten poked his head in, Henny tried. She clucked loudly, she pecked at him, she flew at him, but nothing stopped the hungry tomten for taking her eggs again. Look at her. She's trying really, really hard, but he doesn't care. "No eggs, no chicks, no peeping babies?" Henny wailed so loudly that she woke up the little hedgehog, her tears pouring down on the top of him. Hedgie went as he crawled out to talk to her. "Poor Henny, I've been watching the tomten take your eggs. I will help you trick him into stopping." Oh, that's a nice friend, huh? How do you think he's going to help her? The next morning when the rooster crowed, there was a tomten. "Henny, have you got a little yummy yummy for my nearly empty tummy?" Henny and Hedgie were ready. The tomten reached for an egg, and he pulled out an acorn. Said the tomten, "What's this?" And he went off to try it. The acorn was tasty, but it didn't fill him up, and he woke up in the afternoon very grumpy. See the cute little acorn? Okay. The next time the tomten arrived looking at the egg, he found a bright red strawberry. It looked bigger than the acorn, so he ran off to cook it. The strawberry was jammy and sweet, but it didn't fill up the tomten any more than the acorn had. And he woke up early. So he's kind of grumpy now. So there he is, cooking up his strawberry. The sun had just come up when the tomten was at the hen house again, his stomach roaring with hunger. Pushing Henny aside, he grabbed for an egg, only to find a delicious mushroom. He raced off to cook it. It was scrumptious, but he woke up with his tummy growling for more. There he is, taking the mushroom, running off to cook it. "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The tomten rushed in even before the rooster finished crowing. "Henny, have you got something for my hollow tummy?" This time he found a smooth, round potato. It was even bigger than the egg. He cooked it quickly, swallowed it down, and went back to the hayloft. He woke up at sunset only half full. The Tomten had had enough. Henny, he shouted, tomorrow I want an egg for my breakfast and nothing else. If you don't find one, I'm going to eat you instead. Oh, that is not nice. Poor Henny. Henny was scared. The Tomten had been tricked by an acorn, a strawberry, and a mushroom, and a potato, but how could they fool him again? Don't worry, Henny, said Hedgie. Now it is time for my surprise, and he whispered in her ear. All night Henny waited on her nest, and Hedgie on his. As soon as it began to get light, Hedgie gently covered his nest with a straw and got ready for the surprise. What do you think he's going to do? See, there they are. Cooking up a plan. Henny and Hedgie could hear the Tomten's stomach rumbling like thunder a mile away. He burst into the henhouse and pushed Henny aside and grabbed. Ow! He howled. Ow, ow! He had clutched the Hedgie all closed up on a tight round ball of needles and sharp prickles. You see? So then he grabbed, he got the little hedgehog. He rolled up into a little ball. His prickles poked him. Henny and Hedgie listened as the Tomten ran home yowling. Thank you, Hedgie, Henny said, looking at her dear friend. I'm sure that Tomten won't be back here again for breakfast. But what I can't figure out is, where have you hidden my eggs? Oh, that's a nice friend. Now she wants to know, where are my eggs? Just then, Henny heard a peep, then another coming from Hedgie's nest. She looked over and saw the straw begin to move. 5 baby chicks peeked out of their shells and fluffed up their down. As Henny settled down with her babies nestled around her, the Tomten's mother was in the hayloft making breakfast for the hungry Tomten. Here we go. Oh, she's so happy now she has her little baby chicks. Isn't that sweet? And the little boy gets his hot cereal porridge from his mommy too. He doesn't have to steal from the hen anymore. Hedgie, 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 you are full of surprises, Henny cried as she led the baby chicks out into the sunshine. But the little Tomten didn't hear a word. He was sound asleep, his tummy full of tasty porridge. Thank goodness he didn't hear them. It's a good thing his tummy's full. Did you guys like that story? That was one of my favorites. Well, I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you next week.